Hey everyone, today we are going to be heading up to Deception Pass from Ravensdale. It's about 2 hours, 15-minute drive. I'm not going to do any filming on the drive. Actually, I'm doing this mapping exercise afterwards, so I forgot to run the camera. But it's a fairly long drive from where we live down here south of Seattle. We'll head all the way north through Marysville, up to Mount Vernon, out to past Anacortes, out to Whidbey Island-ish, to Deception Pass. There's a famous bridge out here, and we'll be staying at the Deception Pass State Park.
Okay, we just arrived at the Deception Pass State Park with the Jeep. We'll do a walk around to that a little bit later on. We're gonna take a walk down to the beach. That's pretty super close. We got walktails. We lived in Washington State for over 25 years and took the Tahoe in to have the amp step put on and four-wheel drive looked at. Four-wheel drive to be working, and I could not remember where we were going. I'm like, Desolation Sound? And the guy behind the counter is like, Deception Pass? Yeah, that's it. That was some D something or other. He knew what I was talking about. I think he was slightly amused that I didn't know where we were going. Captain Kai knows her islands because she drives a boat, you know. She got the island fever. We'll have to find out if we're allowed to fly the drone. Brought the drone, we're gonna bring the drone, fly it around. Hopefully we don't wind up in the slammer, the state park slammer. Well, we are close to Naval Air Base, so there may be some no-fly zones up in this bitch. Sounds like a bird of prey. Or a seagull. Gonna wind up at the road. Yeah, do that. We're going where no one has ever gone before. We're the first human beings to step foot on this asphalt. We're breaking ground. sound, baby. We just got our fix of Vizsla. Super bright out here, although a little hazy too. Fires in eastern Washington. Totally cramping my style. There goes the V. Eyes in the sun, that is what we are. Something, 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 I don't know the words. Modern day warrior, me, pride.
Got a little video. But anyway, it's pretty sure, isn't it?
We're getting a 360 video, so I can actually
Oh, making
follow.
a video of me putting my teeth in?
I have to. That's the thing I can animate now.
Oh.
So maybe I will. Maybe I'll.
No, thank you. Not
For all the people curious about
Invisalign.
Invisalign, Kai's got a grill.
And I'd be really happy to share all of that if I didn't happen to have part of my treatments making space to replace a tooth.
So you can put in a gold one.
Yeah, but until then, the gap is a little awkward.
Maybe you could buy one.
A little something to put in when, like, on a retainer when I'm not wearing them.
A little tooth.
Yeah, I'd have to.
Or one vampire tooth, one really long one.
Yeah, but the problem with that is the opening is continually changing. The size of the opening, that is.
That's what she said.
What? My nose is running. Can't find the tissues. Oh, that's the part.
Alright YouTube, it's time for the obligatory walk around of our Jeep. So it's a 2018 Jeep Wrangler Sahara. Put a 3.5-inch lift on it, 20-inch wheels, 33-inch tires, mud terrain. Gets about 14 miles to the gallon, which isn't great. But we've done a bunch of additions to it. So we have the Alucab 270-degree awning, which isn't out at the moment because it's not going to rain, and we are in a really cool shaded spot here in Deception Pass. And there's Kai. Got the little propane mount. I can't remember who does that. Power tank. Got a splitter so that I can run our not only our Genesis stove, but also our Tembo Tusk. I put on the Smitty built XRC bumpers front and rear, the Smitty built winch, which I'll show off in a moment. I have the same cool little folding table that most folks pick up for these guys. Put this built in this little utensil storage behind it. Folds in really nicely. It's basically plastic with some rivets and flexible material. The Genesis stove wired into the tank. I carry with us extra tanks because eventually that guy's going to run out of gas. But so far, I think, what is it, a little 5-gallon tank? It's done really well. Got a Dometic. It's got both the cooler and the freezer side. So we're 36 degrees on one side, 21 degrees on the other, so we can bring ice cream. Got a roof nest. I don't know if it's the Eagle's Nest tent. I can't remember. Great little tent. Rainfly. We do the ladder on this side so that we can just sort of get in and out of the driver's side and get right up into the tent. I have a full 8 gallons of water, a 4-gallon road shower, and a 4-gallon water port. The water port's nice in that it pulls off. Right now it's got a lock on it so it doesn't go anywhere, but unlock it, I can take it and fill it up somewhere, use it separate. They fill up from a compressor that hooks up into the Jeep. Running around to the front end. This, the Jeep's name is Warpath. Here's our XRC or X2O. I think I can't remember. It's definitely it's like a 12,000 pound winch with fabric. I've got the Energizer jumper cables. I have done a locking hood because I have a Genesis dual battery setup under here so that we can run the refrigerator freezer without killing our starter or our starting battery. Kai has got a really nice fire going. Nice job. This little wheel table, these things come out really handy. Nice little place to you know, eat or whatever, but this campground's got a picnic table, so we'll be using that. And we'll go ahead and have a look at the inside of the truck. So I have done not a whole lot in here. These custom handles. I know there's a company out there that does one that looks like brass knuckles, which I really liked. These are kind of a knockoff of that. They're super handy, way better than the cloth ones. They've got them both. I'll show you the ones that they have in the back side on the other side, but they've got both front and rear versions. So let's look at the cockpit here. So not a whole lot here. I've got a Mole pistol mount. I've concealed carry here in Washington State. Carry a flashlight. That's an Olight flashlight. A couple extra mags. I have a everyday carry knife here. Spyderco. Clicks onto the side. A CB radio. Antennas on the back. We have what are these things? E-pod. And it's front to back, so the little light down in front. It's a little 10-inch bar, I think, or maybe that's the big bar. I think that's actually the big 50-inch on top. Okay, so yeah, I'm not sure now. Gutter lights, the little front light, zombie lights, which are lights on either side, rock lights, so you don't have to step out onto a snake. I did add a under hood service light, which I'll film these, you know, through the magic of film. You'll get to see these turning on outside one at a time. This guy is not hooked up to anything at the moment, so it's just an empty spot. And then backup lights, so I have lights up on top and lights in the bumper. They're both hooked up to this guy. So those are our assorted lights. Really easy to use system, easy to wire. And so I have not done any kind of mounting for phones or cameras yet. That's all to be determined if I decide to keep this Jeep or not. And let's show you the hand grips in the back, because those are pretty cool too. So I've left the original bad Jeep hand grips. These are kind of good for hanging clothes on, but this is the hard metal one, and I'll see if I can find out what the manufacturer is and put the links in the description down below. Beyond that, we're gonna make some dinner, and we'll check back in with you guys later. I'm going to add a couple of things here. So I learned a lot watching Brad on Trail Recon. I added these lights on my kitchen area to a little switch back here, which I hardwired into the bulkhead. It came out really good. But a couple of things that I learned that Brad didn't tell us about. One, I went with the Rhino Rack tray on the roof, and then adding a rooftop tent meant drilling through the Rhino Rack tray so that the tent would sit in the right spot. And so that's something you need to consider. If you want to have a rooftop tent, a tray may not be the right approach. All right, it's all right. I'll come back to you. Well, we got the scuttle going. Potatoes, eggs. Dennis's stove. Got beans up and running. Tortillas. Hey, Kai.
Yeah.
What's for breakfast?
Breakfast burritos.
Breakfast burritos. A little campground. Welcome to Deception Pass. Deception Pass.
As always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. I promise I will get better at flying my drone, and we'll see you next time.